You're watching that dangerous cross-country storm that's moving right now.
You can see her standing by. Hey there, Ginger.
Hey, so Robin, we've been talking about that record heat across much of the nation, and now that is starting to fuel severe thunderstorms. Some of them just strong around Oklahoma City this morning. You can see the lightning was captured there. There's even pea-sized hail busting through, so tough for the commute this morning. And there was even severe thunderstorms down along the Red River, along the Texas state line between Wichita Falls and Lawton. Now that same front is going to really race this afternoon and tonight towards Chicago, Green Bay. It'll be a stormy night ahead. And obviously there's enough cold air on the backside that this dynamic system is going to be days long. And so by tomorrow afternoon and evening, we are concerned from Alabama and Mississippi back through Louisiana into Tennessee about some of these storms becoming severe with the isolated chance that they twist. So you've got tornado threat there, but damaging wind being the main one. Most of the state of Mississippi, including Jackson, back to Alexandria, Louisiana, the north side of Lake Pontchartrain there, and up into northern Alabama. That's where this risk is for Friday. And it doesn't stop there. As you start your weekend, you're like, this feels like a spring system, and it certainly does with all the warmth. The storminess from Washington, D.C., 1 p.m. Eastern, as we go through the afternoon on Saturday, down through Atlanta, into Alabama again, and all the way to the Gulf Coast. So that will come along with a lot of rain, because this is a really slow-moving system. So the other big threat, other than the damaging wind, is flash flooding. So if you're anywhere from, say, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, back into Mississippi, more than 4 inches possible. Your local weather now in 30 seconds. Very windy again today in parts of Southern California, especially into the mountains. This is Oat Mountain in California. High wind warning there until 1 p.m. Saturday. So through tomorrow afternoon, a lot of these are going to be 70-plus mile-per-hour gusts. Santa Clarita, Santa Monica Mountains, parts of the San Gabriel Mountains also in that high wind warning. And then you see the advisories. They go all the way through Las Vegas and into parts of Arizona. But it turns into winter advisories once you get over to New Mexico, and there's a reason for that. But we'll first go to close to Spokane. This is Medical Lake, where the snow is starting to stack up. We knew it was going to be a snowy week, and here it's starting to happen. And good for the Rockies, because a lot of them are in such a deficit for snow. That's going to come through in New Mexico as well. Coming up, former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords on her life 15 years after she was shot, and what's next for her and her husband, Senator Mark Kelly. Plus, Idris Elba is here talking about the season 2 of his action-packed series, Hijack. And we are starting the new year right. Tori Johnson, she's back with deals and steals for all your wellness needs. Savings, this time, up to 61% off. Your local news and weather, next. Thanks, George. Juneau, Alaska has had a year's worth of snow in a month. And so they are desperately trying to clear the rooftops and get everything out, because they're about to see not just a little bit more snow, but it's going to transition to rain. We're really wet weekend ahead. The flood watches are up through Saturday. Let's get a check now a little closer to home. Thanks, Lara. You know, we've been talking about record highs all week, and we've got a list of them that were broken and tied yesterday, from Brownsville to Houston, Tallahassee. I mean, you all have your air conditioning on here in January. Macon, Georgia was up at 77. Even in Nebraska, mid-60s. And if you like that, there's more where that came from. Today, you could flirt with a record high again in Houston, but lots of above average temperatures all the way up to Chicago in the 50s. Tomorrow, Detroit, close to 60 degrees. Cincinnati could break a record at 66. So could Atlanta in the low 70s. And then the heat starts kind of pushing over to the east. So Raleigh on Saturday could go high for 75. And then some cooler or more average air comes in. Let's get a check a little closer to home.
You heard the woman. You can check out the first episode of
That's a Dirty
Talk. When daytime talk shows rule TV. Next Wednesday, 9, 8 Central, right here on ABC. And on Monday, Maury Povich will be here live to tell us all about it.
Looking forward to that. Have a great day, everyone.
Alaska has had a year's worth of snow in a month, nearly 90 inches. And now they are desperately trying to get it off of roofs so they don't collapse. But also, there's a real flood threat going into this weekend, because starting tomorrow, really, the snow will start the day, but then it's going to transition to rain and be warm enough to have flooding rain, not just in Juneau, but along that whole range there and along the coast of the Panhandle down south. So just something to note that through the weekend, we're watching for flood concerns after all that snow. Epic.